The Ravens season is coming to a pivotal moment, and all eyes are on Lamar Jackson as Week 18 approaches. This season has been a roller coaster for Baltimore, full of highs and lows. And now everything seems to hinge on the performance and health of their star quarterback. Lamar has always been an electric presence on the field, capable of turning games around with his unique skill set, and yet this year, injuries and the constant chatter about his future have cast a shadow over the team's prospects. There's a lot to unpack when it comes to Lamar Jackson, from contract discussions to potential trade scenarios, and how his absence or presence on the field could reshape not just the Ravens season, but the entire trajectory of the franchise. The conversation around Lamar has intensified because he doesn't currently have an agent, which is an unusual situation for a quarterback of his caliber. NFL executives have pointed out that having a seasoned agent can be more than just a negotiation tool. It acts as a buffer between the player and the team, someone to navigate the complex decisions, especially when it comes to injuries, contract talks, and long-term planning. Without that intermediary, the process can feel more exposed, and it opens Lamar up to having direct, sometimes complicated, discussions with management on sensitive topics. It's not necessarily a do-or-die scenario, and Lamar has demonstrated the ability to manage negotiations himself, but the perspective from the league is that a trusted advisor can smooth out these interactions, ensuring both parties are aligned and conflicts are mitigated before they escalate. Looking at the broader picture, there are debates on how Lamar's presence or absence impacts the roster construction. Some voices have suggested hypotheticals, like trading Lamar for multiple first-round picks or acquiring a younger quarterback like Malik Willis. While such ideas generate buzz, they ignore the unique impact Lamar brings to the field, his ability to extend plays, read defenses, and execute under pressure makes him a cornerstone of the team's strategy. Replacing him is not just about talent, it's about leadership, experience, and the intangible influence he has on teammates. Malik Willis, while promising and athletic, is still an unknown variable. His potential is exciting, but it's not guaranteed that he can replicate Lamar's rare combination of skill and field vision immediately. The Ravens management faces tough decisions, balancing short-term results with long-term planning, and these conversations highlight just how critical Lamar's role is. The parallels being drawn to other sports trades, like the infamous Luka Doncic move in the NBA, illustrate the high stakes involved. Generational talents like Lamar rarely come along, and moving them even for an attractive package of picks and younger players carries enormous risk. Fan reactions, team chemistry, and overall strategy all come into play. The comparison underscores the idea that trading a player of Lamar's caliber could shake the foundation of the team. Much like how Dallas felt the backlash from moving Luka, the Ravens fan base, passionate and loyal, would undoubtedly respond with intense scrutiny and emotion. If any serious discussions of a trade emerged, this is not just a business decision. It's a decision that affects the identity of the franchise and the morale of its supporters on the field. Lamar's injury status has been a constant talking point. His back injury in Week 16 against the Patriots brought Tyler Huntley into the spotlight, and he delivered performances that kept the team competitive. Huntley's development has been impressive. His understanding of the system, decision-making, and composure under pressure have grown significantly over the course of his time in Baltimore. Yet even with Huntley stepping up admirably, the difference between him and Lamar is evident. The nuances Lamar brings, the way he can change the course of a game with his mobility and instinct, remain unparalleled. It's a delicate balance for the coaching staff assessing whether Lamar is ready to return without risking further injury, while also leveraging the confidence Huntley has built as a reliable backup. These decisions in Week 18 will not only impact playoff positioning, but could influence the team's strategic direction for the offseason. Contract considerations also play a subtle role in this dynamic. Lamar's previous negotiations were extensive, involving a 5-year extension worth $260 million. But that process alone doesn't define his future. With salary cap implications and potential restructures on the horizon, the Ravens must navigate financial constraints while retaining their franchise quarterback. Balancing cap hits, player health, and long-term competitiveness is an intricate puzzle that requires foresight, negotiation skill, and often the guidance of experienced agents. While Lamar successfully managed negotiations before, the league's perspective remains that having professional representation adds an extra layer of security and strategy. helping to protect both the player and the team. Beyond the numbers and strategy, there's also the question of legacy and impact. Lamar Jackson has already left an indelible mark on the franchise, with a style of play that energizes fans and disrupts defenses. The thought of potentially seeing him replaced, whether through trade or an unplanned exit, introduces a level of uncertainty that has fans and analysts speculating endlessly. Comparisons to younger quarterbacks, trades for draft capital, and hypothetical deals dominate discussions. But the reality is that Lamar's presence offers a stabilizing force that is hard to quantify. The Ravens' success, particularly in critical moments, often hinges on his ability to perform at an elite level, which in turn affects decisions from the front office down to position coaches. As the season reaches its climax, all of these factors converge: player health, contract negotiations, potential trade scenarios, and the ongoing development of backups like Tyler Huntley. Every decision, statement, and report feeds into a larger narrative about the team's direction and the role Lamar Jackson plays in it, whether it's speculation about off-season moves, conversations around agent representation, or game-time performance. The dialogue underscores just how central Lamar is to Baltimore's present and future. Week 18 looms not just as a decisive game on the schedule, but as a focal point for the franchise's long-term planning, shaping the decisions that will influence the Ravens for years to come. As Week 18 approaches, the Ravens' quarterback situation has become one of the most closely watched stories in the NFL. Lamar Jackson's availability is not just a matter of physical readiness, it's a matter of strategy, team morale, and long-term planning. Tyler Huntley's performances in Lamar's absence have offered the team a safety net, but there's no denying that Lamar's skill set elevates the team in ways that go beyond statistics. Huntley has improved significantly, his understanding of the playbook, his decision-making under pressure, and his ability to command the huddle all demonstrate growth. Coaches praise his intelligence and his adaptability, noting that he has become a more polished quarterback than he was when he first stepped in. However, while Huntley can manage games and keep the offense moving, Lamar's ability to create explosive plays with his legs and his arm remains unmatched. This distinction is crucial as Baltimore navigates the final games of the season and considers what kind of quarterback presence they want moving forward. The discussion surrounding Lamar's future is further complicated by contract implications. After negotiating a 5-year extension worth $260 million, Lamar demonstrated that he could handle negotiations independently. But the league's perspective emphasizes the value of having a professional agent. An experienced agent acts as a buffer, providing advice on injury management, strategic decisions, and communication with team executives. The absence of an agent means Lamar must navigate these issues directly with team management, which can introduce tension or misalignment. While Lamar has successfully managed these conversations before, the potential for misunderstanding or conflict is higher without that intermediary. NFL executives have highlighted that quarterbacks face unique challenges compared to other positions, from injury management to long-term career planning, and having expert guidance can help mitigate risks and facilitate smoother interactions with the team. Speculation about potential trades adds another layer of complexity. Some analysts have floated the idea of Baltimore trading Lamar for multiple first-round picks, or acquiring a younger quarterback, like Malik Willis, presenting a tantalizing, if risky, alternative. Malik has shown flashes of brilliance with the Packers, displaying athleticism and arm talent that could translate into success as a starter. Yet, despite his potential, there is no guarantee that he could replicate Lamar's unique abilities immediately. Lamar's vision, improvisational skills, and leadership are difficult to replace, and his presence fundamentally changes the dynamic of the Ravens' offense. Trading him for draft picks or a younger, less proven quarterback would create salary cap flexibility and allow for roster adjustments. But it comes with enormous risk. The move could alter the team's identity, weaken its immediate competitiveness, and provoke a strong reaction from a passionate fan base. This scenario underscores how rare and valuable Lamar Jackson is, not just as a quarterback, but as the cornerstone of Baltimore's franchise. The comparison to trades in other sports, like Luka Doncic in the NBA, is often invoked to illustrate the stakes involved. Doncic, a generational talent, was almost traded by Dallas due to concerns about his conditioning, and the backlash was immediate. Similarly, any discussion of moving Lamar Jackson would ignite intense debate and scrutiny. The Ravens fan base, deeply loyal and invested in Lamar as the face of the franchise, would react strongly to any trade rumors. The comparison is telling. Elite talents are rarely replaced easily, and the consequences of trading a cornerstone player extend beyond the field to affect team culture, fan loyalty, and organizational direction. A misstep could have long-lasting implications, and executives must weigh these risks carefully before considering any drastic moves. In the midst of all this, the immediate focus remains on game-time performance and injury management. Lamar's back injury in Week 16 against the Patriots forced Tyler Huntley into action, and while the Ravens fell short in that game, Huntley proved capable of managing high-pressure situations. In the following game against the Packers, the team leaned heavily on Derrick Henry's ground game, with Huntley contributing effectively when needed. These scenarios illustrate the challenge the coaching staff faces in deciding whether to push Lamar back into action or to rely on a backup who has grown in confidence and competence. Balancing player health, team momentum, and playoff implications is a delicate art, and Week 18 could prove decisive in shaping the Ravens' postseason trajectory. Off-season considerations are also a key factor in the narrative. The possibility of a Lamar Jackson restructure or contract extension looms, and salary cap maneuvering will play a significant role in determining how the team can optimize the roster around its quarterback. Lamar's ability to negotiate on his own has been proven, but the complexity of modern NFL contracts, combined with the strategic decisions surrounding player retention and acquisitions, emphasizes the importance of professional guidance. NFL executives consistently stress that quarterbacks face unique pressures and challenges that other positions do not, including navigating injuries, media scrutiny, and long-term career strategy. A skilled agent can provide critical advice, mitigating risk and helping to ensure both player and team objectives align beyond contracts and trades. Lamar's influence on team culture cannot be overstated. His leadership on and off the field shapes the locker room, inspires teammates, and impacts coaching decisions. The choice to play him, rest him, or consider alternative roster strategies is not purely tactical. It's about maintaining the identity and cohesion of the team. Huntley's growth as a backup is encouraging, but he occupies a different role in the team's ecosystem. Lamar's unique skill set allows the Ravens to design plays, schemes, and strategies that leverage his mobility, improvisation, and field vision, making him not just a player, but the central figure around which the offense is built. The looming questions about trades, off-season planning, and injury management have created a narrative that extends beyond football into speculation, strategy, and long-term vision. Analysts debate the hypothetical scenarios of moving Lamar, acquiring draft picks, or relying on backups. But each possibility carries enormous implications for the franchise. Every decision will reverberate through the team's performance, fan sentiment, and organizational planning. Lamar Jackson is more than a quarterback. He is a linchpin for Baltimore's identity, strategy, and future. And how the Ravens navigate these next critical weeks will define not only the current season, but the trajectory of the franchise for years to come. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support keeps us bringing you the latest news on the Baltimore Ravens. And hey, drop your take in the comments below. We want to hear from the flock. In a move that has sent shockwaves through the league, the Baltimore Ravens are reportedly closing in on signing wide receiver T. Higgins. The Cincinnati Bengals stand out, who has made a name for himself as one of the NFL's most explosive and reliable targets. Sources suggest that this potential acquisition could fundamentally reshape the Ravens' offensive identity, giving quarterback Lamar Jackson or whoever takes snaps under center the kind of downfield weaponry the team has been rumored to crave for years. Higgins, officially known as Tamaris William T. Higgins, has been a consistent deep threat since joining the Bengals, blending size, speed, and precise route running to become a nightmare matchup for defenders. The whispers around the league indicate that Baltimore sees him as the missing piece to an offense that has often struggled to stretch the field vertically, particularly in high-stakes matchups where space and separation are at a premium. Analysts speculate that his presence could allow the Ravens to diversify their playbook, mixing traditional power run schemes with a more aggressive aerial attack. Fans are buzzing about what Higgins' arrival could mean. His reputation for making contested catches and turning short passes into explosive gains fits perfectly with the Ravens' dynamic, sometimes improvisational style. There's a sense that pairing him with Baltimore's existing receiving corps could create a multi-layered threat. forcing defenses to account for multiple vertical options while still worrying about the run game. Some insiders are even suggesting that Higgins' arrival could trigger shifts in personnel strategy, with the front office perhaps looking to complement him with additional pass-catching talent to fully maximize his impact, while nothing has been officially confirmed. The speculation alone is enough to fuel discussions in sports circles from coast to coast. Could Higgins be the catalyst that finally elevates Baltimore's passing game to elite status? Could this move spark a chain reaction across the league, influencing trade talks and draft strategies? For now, it's all conjecture. But one thing seems certain: if the Ravens do land T. Higgins, the offense as we know it could look radically different. And fans may be in for some of the most thrilling football they've seen in years. The NFL community will be watching closely, waiting for the official announcement. That could mark the beginning of a new era in Baltimore football. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with exclusive news on our Baltimore Ravens, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what the flock thinks. Drop your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next one.